I'm going to guess that some customers will tell you that they've had a number given to them by Carvana, or CarMax, or Vroom.
Yes.
What do we do when that happens?
They buy a retail, we don't.
No.
Honestly, Steve, I took a phone up today and said they just got an appraisal of 28.5, whatever. I said, well, my first question, can you bring the car to us so we can take a look at it, get the most bang for your buck? You know, and she says, yeah, we'll try to make it out there this Saturday, whatever that appointment I set. That was just about.
Oh, good. Because how do you guys know how the Carvana appraisal works?
Generic?
So it's online, right?
It's all objects actually bring.
Yeah. So the Carvana is throwing a number out without seeing the car.
Right.
What are the chances of that number remaining the same when
slim
the
to
customer
none.
takes the vehicle to Carvana, or Carvana comes to see their
Slim
vehicle?
to none.
They do tax credit.
Well, no, if they trade it to Carvana, Carvana will give them a tax credit.
Okay.
Okay, that's a state law. All right, no problem. The customer needs to understand that Carvana will shoot them high. By the way, if a customer wants a sight unseen appraisal from us, what are they going to get?
Same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
They're going to get a high number.
Steve, great. I'm glad you already did the research because that's exactly how we evaluate the trade. So with that said, let's start the process. I make them think that number's cool. And then I go over all the devaluation as we have with in our trade conversation. This is $800, this is $300, this is $400, this is $750, so this is the final number. But the good news is you're purchasing from us, so you're going to get the relative tax savings. But I let them think our model for trade is based on third-party software. It's not a human being.
It's the market
Yes.
that is determining the value of the vehicle, not the dealership. Is that
Right.
the truth?
Yes.
That is the truth. Okay? Good. I mean, I like that a lot. This morning, a question came up. They said, what if the customer's already had their vehicle appraised? What do you do if the vehicle's already been appraised?
Here? Like they appraise it here?
No, not here.
Another place.
Somewhere else.
Do you have the appraisal with you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's one way of doing it.
How much did they offer you?
Not
That's
so. I like to do the opposite. Do me a favor, keep that information to yourself. Let us appraise. I'm pretty confident we're going to surprise you and we're going to earn your business.
You've been to my classes before.
Yes.
Okay. And here's why I think that's brilliant. It keeps the customer from lying to us.
Yeah.
Look, will customers lie to us?
Hell yeah, every time.
And often it's because we've asked a really stupid question.
Yeah.
Adam, what do you think your car's worth?
10 grand.
Stupid question,
Yeah.
stupid
And they have to
answer.
stick with their lie.
Exactly.
They'll even
You draw a
take a
line in the
lesson where
sand.
the
Draw a
difference
line in the sand. Line in the sand.
Oh, good. I'm glad you already got it. Do me a favor, keep it to yourself. I don't need to know it. You're going to be very impressed with what we do.
It wouldn't be fair to them, wouldn't be
Or
fair to you
To me.
to tell me.
Yeah.
That way they don't lie to us.
Yeah.
And by the way, when you give them the appraisal, you're much more likely to get an honest response. Well, I got $500 more. That's probably going to be an honest response, as opposed to, well, they were 13,000, you're 10,000. We're not even close. Okay? Don't ask stupid questions. Yes, David.
So, yeah, general managers, they tend to, that's from coming to them, they're like, what are they expecting for their trade?
That popped up this morning,
Yeah,
too.
it's like, what do they want for their trade? It's like, I mean, sometimes I'll find out, sometimes most of the time, they actually don't want to anyway.
Look, I don't think it's a good idea for a manager to ask that question, but if your manager to ask that question, I would follow their lead because I can't fire you, they can. Okay? So do it the way your management team wants you to do it. But most of the time, the only time I want to ask a customer what they want for the trade is if it's holding up the deal. Okay? If I've got Jerry's just not biting into my number, I might say, Jerry, what's it going to take? Okay? But if I've done a good enough job of educating him, hopefully the number he gives me will be a smaller number as opposed to a bigger number.
It's more realistic.
A more realistic number as opposed to here's what I wish my car was worth. Okay, and lots of people come in with a, here's what I wish my car was worth, and they throw that number at you. Okay? It's not really what they want, it's what they wish their car was worth. Again, we have a job. This is where the skill comes in, Jake, okay? We have a job, and the skill that we have to implement here is customer education. Look, your car could be worth that. If your wheels were perfect, you had no dings and dents, you had 2 keys, and the interior wasn't just a little bit rough, all right? We're going to make your car worth what you just said it's worth, but it's going to cost us a couple $1,000s. Okay, any questions about the trade walk? Does it make sense to do it?
Yeah.
Does it make sense to do it correctly?
Yeah.
Have some fun with the customer, okay? Again, you got dings and dents like everybody does. You parked next to somebody that was rude. I hate that, and I know you did too. Did you happen to look into how much it would cost? But what we want to do is we want to make sure the customer understands there's a cost to scraped wheels. There's a cost to dings and dents.
Did you look into how much it's gonna cost? And when they say no, you can, well, it's about $800.
Just let them know that there's a cost because we're lowering their expectations. If their tires don't have any tread, let them know that we're not going to remarket a used vehicle without putting brand new tires. Did you happen to look into what tires would cost for this vehicle?
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be about $600.
All
Sebastian?
right. Yeah, that is cool, okay? We can evaluate the customer vehicle, but then we sell in the used one. And our vehicle had dents, scratches, we had this, we had that.
And if that vehicle didn't, it would be significantly more expensive.
Exactly.
Like
We've
you
already
see
priced
my
this.
vehicle, now I see on yours, so why?
But,
So you gotta evaluate yours too.
I understand.
We
Our
did.
our
Well, we have
used
this
vehicles aren't going to be all of them up to nearly new condition. I get that. But I'm going to let the customer know that had we fixed all these dings and dents,
The car would be.
the car would be another $700 or more. And by the way, we'll be glad to do that for you.
Yep.
Okay? All right? But because
Price it accordingly.
because that's the truth.
Yep.
That's the truth.
Yep.
The market is determining the value of that vehicle in its present condition.
Yeah.
All right? If it's got no dings and dents versus one that has got dings and dents, no dings and dents is going to be a more expensive vehicle.
And that's when I go back to them, I tell them,